Every so often a book appears in the bestsellers list that does more than just shift copies. It changes the way an entire generation views itself. One thinks of A Brave New World or... Tonight, I am privileged to be seated with someone whose own life was the inspiration for their literary masterpiece. I understand that your first encounter with the community occurred largely by chance.
Yes, I was just about to begin work as a doctor, and a relationship which had served me well as a medical student was coming to an end.
Oh, that's very interesting. Can you tell me more?
Hey mate, come up.
You okay?
Come on in. The water's lovely.
Steve, right?
Yeah.
So the rent is averaging out at about £100 per month. So as a man lucky enough to be employed by the state, you'd be paying 200.
So what is it like? A bigger room?
No, your room would be the smallest in the house.
Steve. Hi, mate. Oh, that's nice to meet you, man.
Yeah. So, do you mind if I see the room?
Yeah. So, this is yours.
Okay, so Rupert, £200
Right.
for that room.
You see, Doctor, in this community, what binds us together is a shared conviction that whilst the rest of the world endures the agony that is capitalism, here in this environment, we can live by our own rules.
What?
Rupert doesn't pay any rent.
You don't pay me, right?
Steve, let me take this opportunity to ask you, indeed, to ask you directly. Are you participating in any form of private practice at this time?
No, I'm like a junior doctor.
Well, that's good to hear. Because if you had attempted to work for the private sector, your application for residence would be null and void.
Wait, what do you mean? You don't have a job?
Job? It's a four-letter word.
I thought you had a first from Cambridge.
Yes. But I want to make it perfectly clear I did very little studying to obtain that qualification.
So that means...
Rupert doesn't have a job.
You know, I take home more every month than I spent in a year as a student. And I'm expecting this big promotion soon. Expecting to be called in for an interview at any moment. I mean, I was from Liverpool. It's about as old labour as you could get up there. Rupert's a neocon compared to the people I grew up with. And you know, Dave's busy with his PhD and everything. He's getting practically nothing for that. And if you look at it in terms of the bigger picture, if you compare me rent here to one of those dumb yuppie flats in Dockyards, I'm not paying that much.
You're paying him to sit around all day and do nothing.
What? Steve, our society is paying 8 million adults working age to sit around all day and do nothing all day. And it doesn't seem to bother anybody. Anyway, as far as Rupert goes, it's not nothing. That guy set up the ethos of this whole building. He's not about money, he's more into like pastoral support. He's organising a revolution practically every day of the week.
So, basically I'd like to propose David is responsible for using the Hoover on the upstairs carpets.
I accept.
And the downstairs carpets?
I would like to propose Mark.
You want to propose to Mark?
Philip! Well volunteered. That's a downstairs carpet sorted. Any other items on the agenda?
Rupert, I'm so excited about your CV. Would you like a cup of coffee?
No thanks.
No? Okay. Typically, the employment agency does not send me such high-level candidates. The fact that you are a first at Cambridge. That's just amazing. I'm so impressed. You are going to be working with children because it is a child care center. So there's one very important question that I have for you. Do you have a police record?
Yes.
Yes. What is it?
It's walking on the moon.
You're definitely not qualified for this position.
Fight for your rights. Okay, listen up. The reality is clear to all. There was ample evidence that this man was beaten by police before giving evidence. So we need to let them know. Let's do this, huh? Let's do it. All right. So we'll march through the city and head to Westminster.
Westminster!
Let's do it!